21 minutes. That's the average amount of time that it takes for one to earn a meal in sub-Saharan Africa. Comparatively, residents of Abu Dhabi, Osaka and Zurich can earn enough in less than 5 minutes to buy their first meal of the day. Affordability gaps between regions are huge. In Western Europe, one only has to fork out about 1.7% of their daily income for a generic meal. Here on the continent, one can fork out about 7.1%.
So the average South African earns around 72 rands per hour. That equates to about $5.50. I've chosen a mid-priced restaurant to have a meal of chicken and chips, and this is costing me just under $4. That means that the average worker would need to put in at least 45 minutes in the day before they earn enough for their lunch. However, for thousands of South Africans that work on a casual basis, they work on an average of $15 per day. That means that they would need to work at least 3 hours before they earn enough for lunch.
The popular lunch for Egyptians during work is rice, a cooked vegetable, and a quarter piece of chicken or meat. It takes a whole working day for an Egyptian who is paid just above the minimum wage of $106 per month to pay for a dish like this. Or they can eat the alternative, the food known as kushari. It's a mix of macaroni, rice and beans. Not very healthy, but it can keep you full all day, and only a small size of this dish would be earned in less than an hour's work.
For many Kenyans, this is your typical fast food meal, a plate of a quarter chicken and chips. Now, the average Kenyan on a $300 a month salary will have to work for about 2 hours to be able to afford this meal. But for those who earn far less, they'll need to work much longer. On an average salary of $76 per month, which is many Kenyans, they're going to need to work 8 hours to be able to eat this.
Well, it's at a roadside restaurant like this that literally millions of Nigerians come to have their lunch. And typical lunch, of course, is usually rice and stew and meat and then water. We call this pure water. It's actually water in a sachet, but quite popular here. Now, this goes for 300 naira. That's around 96 cents. And for someone who earns 18,000 naira, which is the national minimum wage here, that should be around $57. Now, this would cost you, this would take around, let's just say, 2.5 hours of work to actually earn your lunch. But for those who earn far more than the national minimum wage, of course, you wouldn't find them here.
So what's essentially a basic meal costs far too much for the average African in several countries. And that's just the start, though. At the same time, prices keep rising. That's due to market and regulatory forces such as bread subsidy cuts in Cairo and high import costs in Nigeria. And as prices soar, Africa loses its crucial middle class to poverty. Maria Galang, CGTN, Nairobi.